Well,
I am so happy that all of my fans are here today. You know, this movie was made for them. This was a love letter that Moi wrote for them.
But I thought that Jason Segel and Nick Stoller wrote the movie.
But
I don't.
Who?
Never mind.
Well, we are thrilled. We are thrilled to be here at the world premiere of our brand new movie, The Muppets.
Yes.
We are just outside of the El Cap on the green carpet, and boy, are we excited.
Buddy.
I can't wait.
The movie is called The Muppets, and we are them.
Yes.
That makes it
we
pretty
are
exciting.
they.
That's why it's called The Muppets.
That's why we are so This friend right here. This is Walter.
Hi there.
Walter is new with us. He's just joined us as of the movie.
Yeah, and if you see the movie, you'll understand why I'm here.
That's right. And of course, this is the lovely and talented and beautiful Miss Piggy.
Thank you, Cammy.
Yes, of course.
Oh.
Well, you know, I am so happy to be here, and I'm so happy to bring my glamour to this festive occasion.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
I mean, Hollywood hasn't really been the same until today, this very day.
It certainly is a
no,
change.
it's completely changed now
Things
with you
are
here, Miss
different.
Piggy. But
Yes,
you're also
of
going to
course.
see a lot of your old favorites. You're going to see Kermit the Frog and
I'm
Miss
gonna be
Piggy,
there.
and the Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem.
True.
And the Great Gonzo.
Yeah.
And
there are
Fozzie?
there are some in this movie that you probably don't want to see, but you know.
Could be.
There might. Yeah, actually, that's true. There might be a few of those. Oh, it's a classic Hollywood story.
Yeah, how'd that happen?
I was swimming laps at the Beverly Hills Hilton, and a talent scout came up and said, "You're just right for this part." Apparently, they had a tough time finding an actor who was 18 inches tall to play the part of Walter.
Yeah.
And as luck would have it, that's also my name.
That's wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't
The
that nice?
Muppets were my first big comic influence, and it occurred to me the last movie was 12 years ago. So there's a whole generation of kids who've grown up without a Muppet movie, and that just seemed wrong to me. Nick is my partner in crime for a long time. We did Sarah Marshall together and a few other movies. We worked on this for almost 4 years, and then we met James, and he's a bigger Muppet fan than I am, which seems almost impossible, but this is exactly what we hoped for. Well, Walter is the eyes and the ears of the audience. He's who we are. He's a crazy Muppet fan who just wants the Muppets to be as famous as they were when we grew up with them, and he's a really important character, and I think he's going to be one of the favorites. It was everything I hoped it would be, and I walked away with a greater appreciation for the puppeteers than you could possibly imagine. These guys are so wildly talented, and part of their job is to be invisible. Yeah, at the end of the day, you're not supposed to think of the puppeteer, and they're the strength behind this whole movie.
Well, we just love the Muppets. I mean, as comedy people, comedy writers, it's like, you know, the Muppets were my earliest influence, my earliest comedy influence, and we basically were like, why has there been a Muppet movie like for so long? And so we were lucky enough to get to back. Do it. The Muppets are back, and they're better than ever. They're going to take the world by storm and introduce a whole new generation of kids. I mean, I have a 4-year-old daughter, and to see her get to meet Kermit, to see her get to, you know, go to a Muppet movie. Yeah, really we have a bunch of different Muppets came in and read for it, and Walter just had an innocence about him. He's really green, not like no pun intended, and he really just nailed it in the room. You know, he's a really good. I think we can all agree he's a really good actor. Yeah, I mean, James Bobin is just a genius. You know, he did Flight of the Conchords. He's just so brilliant with the musical stuff, and those numbers are just thrilling. I mean, every time one of them starts, it's just like it feels like a throwback to the MGM kind of musicals of the 30s. You know, and to go to set was just amazing. You know, to actually see all the Muppets, you know, there and to get to interact with them was I mean, I'm an adult man, and I was like, oh my God, it's Kermit, he's talking to me. So yeah, so it's pretty thrilling.
Awesome. I mean, I think I hate to say it wasn't Jason exclusively. Kermit was a big part of why I said yes. Don't tell Miss Piggy, she gets a little territorial, but that was a big part of it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love doing a musical number, but doing the Muppets takes it to a whole other level, and it was just a lot of fun. I mean, getting to know all of the people involved, all of the puppeteers who work so hard to bring these Muppets to life. They're amazing. You know what, I think if you could actually put your finger on what makes their humor work, then there'd be a lot more Muppets, but Jim Henson created just this timeless brand of humor that I think Jason and James do a great job of recreating.
I've been a giant Muppet fan for ages. I mean, I still watch old Muppet shows when I'm sad, and make my own puppets in my garage. I'm a big geeky fan of all of that. So when Jason, of all people, said that he wanted to reinvent them, I didn't even know that they needed a giant reinvention, but he sort of gave it a kickstart to this newer generation that doesn't necessarily know the ins and outs of the Muppets. It was a great idea, and I'm so proud of him and so honored to have a tiny little part in it. The Muppets, Jim Henson initially, and I think the whole gang are able to have broad, really mainstream comedy with clever little winks to the parents that are watching. So whether it's a film like this or Sesame Street, everyone can watch it and everyone can get something from it. And I sort of marvel at that dry, punny sense of humor, because kids think it's funny on one level and adults can sort of appreciate it on another.